Dusty shelves overflow with forgotten artifacts, their stories lost to time. I enter the antique shop, its shadowed aisles promising mystery. Jamie browses through the cluttered aisles, running a hand along a row of tarnished silverware. Naomi examines a chipped porcelain doll, her expression unreadable. Cole peers at a stack of vintage photographs, his brow furrowed in concentration. Liam cautiously circles a towering grandfather clock, its pendulum frozen in time. Harper delicately traces the faded inscription on an antique music box. Ava carefully lifts a tarnished silver locket, its secrets hidden within. The shop's dim light casts long, dancing shadows, deepening the eerie mood. I pause, feeling a chill despite the summer heat, as if the shop itself holds its breath. Jamie stops near a collection of old maps, a thoughtful expression on his face. Naomi gazes at a vintage mirror, her reflection seeming to waver in the glass. Cole picks up a dusty book, its pages filled with faded ink and forgotten tales. Liam examines a set of antique keys, their purpose now a mystery. Harper studies a row of antique bottles, each containing a forgotten potion or perfume. Ava opens the silver locket, peering inside as if searching for a lost memory. In the dim confines of the antique shop, I discover a leather-bound book, lurking in a shadowy nook. The book's cover, aged and blackened, features a grotesque face, its features disturbingly vivid. I show the ominous book to the others, its dark aura palpable. The merchant's unease is evident as he nervously claims the book is not for sale. Despite his protests, the book finds its way into our box, its dark presence now among our possessions. The book sits ominously in the box, its grotesque face staring out into the room. I look at the book with a strange curiosity, its dark aura both repulsive and alluring. The merchant watches us leave, his expression a mix of relief and apprehension. The box, now containing the book, is carried out of the antique shop and into the daylight. The grotesque face on the book seems to follow us with its gaze, an unseen presence. The others exchange uneasy glances, sensing the dark energy emanating from the box. We continue on our journey, the book's ominous presence casting a shadow over us. The antique shop fades into the distance, leaving us alone with the cursed book. Gathered in Jamie's dimly lit living room, we are drawn together by a shared, unspoken anticipation. An ancient book lies open, its secrets beckoning from pages filled with cryptic symbols. I examine the book, my mind racing to decipher the meaning behind each stroke. The sigils seem to pulse with an otherworldly energy, their forms shifting in the periphery of my vision. Backward writing taunts us with half-understood phrases, hinting at forbidden knowledge. Instructions for the ritual that opens the door promise a glimpse beyond the veil, a journey into the unknown. A sense of morbid curiosity fills the room, our hearts pounding in unison. The air grows heavy, charged with an energy that sends shivers down our spines. We exchange nervous glances, each of us questioning the wisdom of our endeavor. Jamie takes a deep breath, his hand hovering over the book, as if preparing to take a leap of faith. The room seems to shrink around us, the walls closing in as the weight of our decision settles upon us. A single candle flickers, casting dancing shadows that play tricks on our eyes. We are on the precipice of something profound, our fates hanging in the balance. The ancient book whispers promises of power and knowledge, tempting us to cross the threshold. Descending into the dimly lit basement, the gravel floor crunches underfoot. In the center of the basement, a circle begins to materialize, drawn meticulously in charcoal. The charcoal line darkens, completing the protective boundary. Jamie carefully places the ancient book in the heart of the circle. The pages of the book are opened, revealing a page marked with a bloody thumbprint. The thumbprint seems to pulse with a dark energy, casting shadows. The air grows cold as the circle and the book align. A sense of foreboding fills the unfinished basement. The wooden beams creak, the only sound in the heavy silence. The bloody thumbprint seems to deepen in color, almost alive. I exchange a nervous glance with Jamie, fear tightening its grip. The gravel floor seems to vibrate beneath our feet. The circle glows faintly, a silent promise of what is to come. A gust of wind sweeps through the basement, though no windows are open. The book's pages flutter, as if an unseen hand is turning them. The group gathers in Jamie's basement, a sense of anticipation hanging heavy in the air. Each of them holds a needle, the metal glinting in the dim light. A collective breath is held as they prepare to draw blood. One by one, fingertips are pricked, beads of blood welling up. The first drop falls, a crimson stain blooming on the basement floor. Another drop follows, joining the first in a growing pool of commitment. Each participant watches intently as their blood merges with the others. The air grows thicker, charged with an unseen energy. A sense of unease begins to creep into their hearts. The circle of blood deepens, a binding promise made in crimson. A nervous cough breaks the silence, a sign of mounting apprehension. The basement seems to shrink, the walls closing in on their shared ritual. The weight of their decision settles heavily upon them. Each drop is a sacrifice, a piece of themselves given to the unknown. The circle complete, they brace themselves for what comes next. Jamie's basement transforms as a single match flares, casting eerie shadows across the cold stone walls. With a deliberate strike, Jamie ignites a black candle, its flame dancing ominously in the dim light. The flame flickers, and an unnatural chill descends, icing the air with its touch. Each breath mists in the air, a visible testament to the sudden, biting cold. The room seems to stretch, the walls retreating into an infinite abyss of darkness. The basement expands, shadows deepen, and the air grows heavy with an unseen presence. Jamie watches, as if the very dimensions of the basement are twisting, warping into an endless expanse. The black candle burns, a solitary beacon against the encroaching darkness, its light barely holding back the void. The temperature plummets, the icy air clinging to skin, a tangible sign of the supernatural shift. Our breaths become visible, each exhale a ghostly plume in the increasingly frigid air. The walls of Jamie's basement dissolve, replaced by a vast, unknowable blackness that threatens to consume everything. The darkness pulsates, alive and hungry, as if the basement itself is a gateway to something ancient and malevolent. Jamie remains motionless, a lone figure defying the encroaching darkness. The black candle, his only ally in the face of the unknown. In the depths of Jamie's basement, an eerie circle pulsates with a sickly purple glow. Jamie begins to whisper an ancient chant from the forbidden book. His voice twists and distorts, morphing into something deep, grotesque, and utterly alien. The chanting intensifies, a rising crescendo of dread that fills the basement. The air crackles with unseen energy as the purple glow intensifies, casting long, distorted shadows. The very foundations of the house seem to tremble under the weight of the unholy ritual. A palpable sense of dread permeates the room, heavy and suffocating. The shadows deepen, swirling around Jamie like grasping claws. His eyes roll back in his head, revealing only the whites as the chanting reaches a fever pitch. The purple light flares, blindingly bright, then abruptly dims, leaving an oppressive darkness in its wake. Silence descends, broken only by Jamie's ragged breathing. The air remains thick with the residue of dark magic, a lingering reminder of the ritual's power. Jamie trembles, caught between worlds. He gasps, aware of what he has done. Suddenly, the basement floor cracks open. A perfect rectangle appears, a literal doorway into the unknown. Inside, pure blackness pulsates, a void that seems alive. The darkness undulates, a tangible presence. Oppressive silence descends, threatening to suffocate. The doorway beckons, a gateway to the abyss. The blackness writhes, as if something is trapped within. The silence grows heavier, a suffocating blanket. The void pulses, a heartbeat in the darkness. The crack widens, inviting the unknown. The oppressive silence is broken only by the void's silent hum. The doorway shimmers, a mirage of reality. The blackness deepens, a bottomless pit. The silence screams, a deafening void. The doorway remains, an open invitation to the abyss. A cacophony of anguished voices erupts from the abyss. The screams of thousands converge into a single, horrifying sound. Out of the void, something begins to materialize. A multitude of purple, piercing eyes flicker open in the black. Each eye burns with an eerie, otherworldly light. The eyes stare out, penetrating and malevolent. The sound intensifies, reaching a crescendo of terror. The emerging form pulsates with dark energy. The eyes blink in unison, a terrifying display of unified consciousness. The darkness writhes, unable to contain the horror within. The voices swell, a chorus of eternal torment. The form solidifies, revealing glimpses of something monstrous. The eyes focus, locking onto an unseen target. A wave of dread washes over everything. The horror is complete. A horrifying figure strains against the boundary, its presence a nightmare made real. Jamie shouts, his voice laced with rising panic. It's not supposed to come through immediately. Frantically, Jamie attempts to slam the ancient book shut, his hands trembling. He struggles to reverse the incantation, but the dark magic has already spiraled out of control. The air crackles with ominous energy, the room growing colder as the entity gains power. It's too late. The creature's shadowy tendrils breach the veil, reaching out with malevolent intent. A guttural growl echoes through the basement, the sound of pure, unadulterated evil. Jamie's eyes widen in terror as he realizes the full extent of his mistake. The barrier shatters, unleashing the grotesque form into the physical realm. Darkness envelops the basement, the air thick with the stench of decay and despair. The creature looms over him, its presence a suffocating weight of dread and terror. Jamie's screams are cut short as the entity descends, claiming its prize. Cole clutches the ancient book, his knuckles white as he prepares to tear it apart. With a surge of desperation, Cole tears at the brittle pages. The sound of tearing paper echoes through the basement. A low growl rumbles in response, the creature's presence intensifying. Each rip of the page fuels the creature's power, its form becoming more distinct in the shadows. The creature's voice joins a growing chorus, a cacophony of dread filling the basement. Undeterred, Cole tears another page, the effort etched on his face. The creature's shadow stretches, reaching towards the doorway. With a surge of dark energy, the creature begins to force its way through. Splintering wood and cracking stone accompany the creature's violent emergence. Cole stumbles back, the book falling from his grasp as the creature gains purchase. The creature's form solidifies, filling the doorway with its terrifying presence. The chorus of voices crescendos, the basement vibrating with malevolent energy. Harper is suddenly struck by a shadowy claw. Harper's body seems to fold inward. Harper disappears into the surrounding blackness. Ava reaches out, trying desperately to pull Jamie back from the encroaching darkness. Naomi joins Ava, both straining to save Jamie. The creature's grip tightens around Jamie. Jamie's soul is ensnared, adding to the creature's growing form. Was face contorts in horror as she witnesses Jamie's capture. Naomi's grip falters, her strength waning as she fights to hold on. The creature's form pulsates with the addition of Jamie's soul. Darkness swirls around Jamie, obscuring him from view. Ava screams in anguish as Jamie disappears completely. Naomi collapses to her knees, overwhelmed by the dark event. The creature looms larger, empowered by its latest acquisition. The basement air grows heavy, saturated with an oppressive darkness. I and Liam whirl around, desperation fueling our attempt to escape up the basement stairs. The doorway bursts open with alarming speed, thwarting our desperate dash. A monstrous creature surges forth, an unstoppable tide flooding the confined space of Jamie's basement. I and Liam stumble back, eyes wide with terror as the creature engulfs the room. The air crackles with an unnatural energy as the creature dominates the basement. Our escape is cut off. The basement now a prison filled with an unimaginable horror. The creature looms, its presence suffocating as it claims the space. Every shadow seems to deepen, every corner filled with dread as the creature solidifies its hold. I and Liam are trapped, our hopes of escape dissolving in the face of the encroaching darkness. The creature advances, and the last vestiges of light in the basement fade into an oppressive gloom. Our hearts pound in unison, a desperate rhythm against the silence that follows the creature's arrival. Each breath is a struggle, each moment stretching into an eternity as the creature's presence overwhelms us. The basement transforms into a nightmare. The creature, its malevolent master, our fate hangs in the balance, suspended between terror and the unknown as the creature closes in. The air grows heavy, charged with a dread that promises no escape from the creature's grasp. We brace ourselves, knowing that the basement has become our final battleground. The creature begins its horrifying expansion, its formless mass stretching to occupy the entire first floor of Jamie's house. Everywhere, the creature's purple eyes materialize, piercing the darkness with malevolent intent. Liam stands frozen, his face contorted in pure terror as the creature's gaze locks onto him. A silent scream builds in Liam's throat as he realizes the inescapable horror of his fate. The creature surges forward, its shadowy tendrils reaching out to ensnare Liam. Liam's scream finally erupts, a desperate cry swallowed by the creature's advance. The creature engulfs Liam, its formless mass enveloping him completely. Liam's struggles become weaker as the creature tightens its hold, his body disappearing into the darkness. The creature's purple eyes intensify, reflecting the horror of Liam's final moments. Silence descends as Liam is fully consumed, leaving no trace of his existence. The creature's form pulsates, absorbing Liam's essence into its own. The purple eyes shift, their gaze growing more intense as they assimilate Liam's memories and fears. The creature stands triumphant, its malevolence amplified by the life it has stolen. The creature's purple eyes scan the room, seeking out new victims to torment. The creature expands relentlessly, swallowing the town whole. Darkness descends as the sky transforms into an inky void. The air vibrates with the tormented screams of those consumed. Panic erupts as the remaining townspeople realize their doom. Despair crushes the spirit of the last survivors. Homes and buildings vanish, absorbed into the creature's mass. The creature's shadow looms, blotting out the last vestiges of hope. A mother clutches her child, shielding them from the encroaching darkness. A father stares defiantly, his eyes burning with impotent rage. The sounds of the town are silenced, replaced by the creature's hunger. The earth trembles as the creature's presence grows ever stronger. The final moments tick away, each breath a reminder of impending oblivion. The town is no more, just another memory lost to the all-consuming darkness. Darkness threatens to consume everything. As countless purple eyes begin to materialize, the eyes appear in the ceiling, an ominous sign of a world transforming. They spread to the walls, a silent invasion that promises complete takeover. Horrifically, the eyes begin to open within my own flesh, turning my body against me. Breaks the silence. Your world is ours now. The purple eyes intensify their glow, as if responding to the declaration. The darkness deepens, threatening to extinguish the last vestiges of my consciousness. The eyes pulsate, their rhythm mirroring the frantic beat of my heart. A sense of utter helplessness washes over me as my senses begin to fail. The purple eyes become the only reality, a universe of alien sentience. There lingers a haunting echo in the encroaching void. The invasion is complete, my mind now a canvas for their alien design. Darkness finally claims me, leaving only the cold, alien light of the purple eyes.